Hello everybody, it's Kim, and I'm giving you an update. I finally had my surgery. Originally it was scheduled for December 6th, but on December 1st, when I did my pre-registration at the hospital, I had an irregular EKG. Now I just had the complete heart workup. I had an echocardiogram, an ultrasound of the heart, and that was done in August, and so they wanted to make sure. And I was pretty sure that it was just a bad lead placement because she slapped them on and she took them off, and she never told me to lay still or anything. So anyways, I had to go to a cardiologist, back to the same cardiologist, and he's like, "Why am I seeing you?" And I explained that, bad EKG. He says, "I just did a workup on your heart and it's fine." And I said, "I know it's fine, but this is what the hospital requires." So he did another EKG. He looked at it. He says, "It looks fine." He looks at the hospital one and he says, "It's just a misplaced lead. That's all." And I said, "Well, that's pretty much what I figured." So anyway, my surgery took place on December 13th. I didn't think it would ever get here. I started avoiding telling people because I just felt like I was jinxing it or it was never going to happen. But anyways, it happened. Now, I see a lot of videos on YouTube and the people look great quickly. I wanted to take videos in the hospital, but I didn't because I ordered a handheld Sony Bloggy, and it hadn't arrived yet, so I used my webcam on my cam. But it's probably better that way because I felt like I was ran over by a Mack truck. My surgery was Monday. It started at 12:30. I vaguely remember some things happening about 7 people in my room. I was really drugged. I was in a lot of pain. I had the RNY gastric bypass. I had a G-tube up my nose, and I was told that the G-tube would have to stay in a couple days and I wouldn't be able to eat, which was fine. I wasn't hungry, but my mouth was so dry. And so I hadn't eaten anything since, or drank anything since 7 o'clock Sunday night. So Monday, it was all fine because I was in pain and I was out of it. But Tuesday, I'm in pain, but now I'm lucid. And my mouth was just incredibly dry to the fact that when I swallowed, it felt like the back of my throat was like sticking, and it wasn't like opening back up to breathe, and so that was kind of panicking me. I was not given ice chips or anything. So I was told the G-tube was in place because I use a CPAP. Well, I use a CPAP with the nasal cannulas that just go on your nose. And I tried to use it, but it was impossible with this big G-tube in my nose. And it hurt when I swallowed. It was miserable. So I didn't use my CPAP, which doesn't make any sense because the G-tube stayed in specifically because of the CPAP, but I couldn't use the CPAP because of it. But anyways, late Wednesday, the G-tube was finally removed, and I started on liquids at that time, and I was so thankful for the liquids. I was not hungry, but my mouth was just so dry, and I would cough, and there would be like loogies that were like Elmer's glue. And I'm just telling you this for people that haven't experienced that. But there's nothing you can do about it. Maybe just be incredibly hydrated before your surgery, because I know I was taking water pills to make sure that I was within the weight restrictions, the mandate for losing weight for the bypass. So I was taking my prescribed water pill, so maybe I was a little dehydrated. But I cannot figure out how people can videotape themselves in the hospital and say things like, you know, I'm 2 days post-op, I'm feeling great, and la-di-da-di-da, because I'm a pretty tough person. And this was just far more intense. I've had 2 C-sections. I had shoulder surgery. I had my gallbladder out. I had my tonsils out. I had my appendix out. I had rectocele surgery. And none of them compared to this. This was intense. But I'm not going to discourage you, because I am sure it's the best thing I'm going to ever do for myself. I'm just not there yet. So my surgery was the 13th, and today is the 17th. So I came home last night. The car ride was tough. I wasn't discharged until 10 o'clock at night because my doctor does her rounds late at night. So there was no pharmacies open for my pain medication. So my husband had to drive around looking for an open Walgreens. And I know he was like really nervous, but I mean, every bump, it was just jarring my stomach. And the thing about it right now is, in fact, when I weighed in, I was 300 pounds at the hospital when I weighed in before surgery. When I got home last night, I weighed in and I was 305 pounds. So just to let you know that I feel that I've lost weight in my legs and in my arms. But my stomach area is very bloated right now and I had the drain tube and they were draining it regularly. So I know there's a lot of built up fluids. So I know when the fluids are gone, I'm going to see a difference. But for some reason, I was thinking overnight there would be a big difference. Silly me. But I can't really feel any differences because I'm still, you know, in my jammies. I'm still in a lot of pain. The hardest thing, believe it or not, was to get those 2.5 bottles of Isopure drink. Normally it would be no big deal. You chug your water, you know, you just be done with it. But you know what? You take these little cups. I don't have any sitting by me right now, or I'd show you, but they're the little dosage cups. And you have to sip that dosage cup. One of my nurses told me that just swallow it. And then I was feeling pain. And so the doctor, when she came in, she says, no, you're supposed to sip those little cups at first. So, okay, fine. I'm sipping the little cups. And those Isopures are 20 ounces, and the cups are 1 ounce. So 20 times, I guess when you look at the math, it looks pretty simple, but it's not simple. Because you're not hungry. You're really not thirsty. You have no desire to eat. It's not repulsive. It's just you have no desire. You just have no desire. And so between the sleeping and the awake time, you have to really pound down those little cups in order to get 2.5 of those Isopures, in order to get 100 grams of protein. So even today, I have finished 3/4 of a bottle of Isopure and 8 ounces of water. And it's about 2 o'clock. And I have a long ways to go. And I just feel like I have to drink constantly. And the time flies. Like I'll drink and a little bit of pain down in my lower abdomen, but nothing serious. But then before you know it, my husband's like, have you been drinking? It's like, yeah, I had one. And he said, no, that was 20 minutes ago. You should have already had 2 more since then. So just something to keep in mind is it's a challenge. And I'll tell you another thing. Anybody that ever tells you that you took the easy way out, having gastric bypass, is crazy. because this is the hardest thing I've ever done. So I'm going to keep you up to date. My time is just about out. So I just wanted you to know that I'm alive, I'm well, I'm very glad I did this. I know I look terrible, I'm pale, no makeup, but I kind of think my face looks a little bit thinner. I hope it does. I'm not sure, but thank you for your support. I'm going to keep journaling up so I can be a comfort and strength for anybody out there that needs somebody. So anyway, I want to say goodbye, God bless, and next time you see me, hopefully I'll be a little skinnier. All right, bye.